Hey gang, it's Matt. Welcome back. So we've had the Harbor Freight HaulMaster roof rack basket carrier, whatever it is, right back here on top of the Toyota 4Runner for 6 months now. And what I'm going to do is we're going to take a look at it and I'm going to review it. We're going to see how it's lasted, how it's holding up, and if it is in fact a piece of Harbor Freight gear that doesn't suck. So let's go back here and take a close-up look at that baby and see how it's working out. Okay, so here we are, up close and personal now. As you can see, it wasn't on the truck for very long before I just peeled that decal off because I didn't want to be, Harbor Freighting all over the place. But about the only real wear that I can see is it's kind of oxidizing. The paint isn't coming off, but it's kind of oxidizing the black paint, and it is all faded. And now where it was shiny black when I put it on, it is all a nice charcoal flat black. And that's primarily because it's really, really hot in Central Florida and the sun just baked this sucker last summer. They got the little screws with the little grommets on it that are holding up. The screws are holding up pretty well. And you're gonna notice the little caps and the little nubs have all held up, and they're all still on there, which is really, really surprising to me because I thought they would fly off at highway speeds and interstate speeds, but I haven't had any problem at all. And let me tell you, I haven't touched it, and I'm shaking the truck right now, and this baby has not loosened up one single bit. However, there's a couple things that I want to show you, so let's go down and check that out right now. Okay, now we're on the side, and you can see the rubber seals are holding up really, really well. They're starting to degrade a little bit, but not very much. Those still have some time left in them. This is kind of just some junk on there. I don't think that's corrosion, and I don't think that's rust. I think that's just some stuff that's dripped off the oak trees, because sometimes I park under oak trees. But this is rust, and that is some rust. And it had a couple of rust spots right out of the box on it. Still got some leaves on it. It had a couple of rust spots right out of the box on it. So this isn't very bad. I was wondering how long it was going to take to rust, but this isn't very bad. I don't know whether I'm going to just leave it, or I might just sand this off or brush it off and just spray it with some flat black Rust-Oleum. But there's one spot. Here's another small rust spot on that side. All the rest of the welds are in pretty good shape. Now let's take you around the back and the other side. All right, here we are at the back of the rack. There's really nothing to see on the back of the rack. It's holding up just fine. And all of the little nubs and all of the little screw caps are still on there. It's still holding up. All right, let's check out the other side. Okay, here we are on the passenger side. You can see again, everything's all faded. This side, the same thing. That's rust. I'm gonna have to fix that if I want this thing to last another season. And now you can see on the bottom, a couple of the welds are starting to rust. So, and 3 in a row. Ooh man, 3 in a row. All right, I'm gonna have to get in there and brush that rust out and see if I can spray that to fix it. But the rest of the rack is looking pretty good. All of the little nubbies are still on. And it's really kind of holding up. I don't know if you could get any roof rack in Central Florida that could stand up to the rain and the heat, and not necessarily the cold, but the rain and the heat and the salt and everything else. So here we go. Other than faded and a few rust spots that I need to fix, I think the Harbor Freight HaulMaster roof basket is holding up pretty well. So let's go talk about what we learned today. Okay, what did we learn today? We learned that some stuff at Harbor Freight may be of questionable quality, but some stuff is actually pretty good. We got the Harbor Freight HaulMaster roof basket basket, carrier, rack, whatever it is. We had it on there for 6 months, and other than the paint fading and a few little rust spots that I'm pretty sure that I can repair, I think it's holding up generally pretty good. And I really want this thing to last for a while because I've got some plans for it. I've totally redone the inside of the 4Runner to make it an overlander that I can camp in. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to go to a large bushcraft event in Central Florida, and I'm going to do a whole review on the new setup. You're not going to want to miss that. But once again, Harbor Freight gear that doesn't suck. This is Matt with FBS Overlander, and I will see you on the road.